Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Albert Potato, and welcome to Sphere Flying Cities. I'm of the opinion that most of the good names for strategy games have been taken, and that's why we end up with Sphere Flying Cities. However, don't let that distract
the first reportings about the asteroid
from the very appealing premise.
were a few weeks
Let's have a little
old
watch.
when the moon theory was undeniably acknowledged in the academic world. And it was that day, people now remember, as the day the bad news came. Our reaction was as dark as the future science had predicted for us. Only a few places were spared from the rage, none from the disbelief.
Okay.
The asteroid destroyed the moon entirely,
Interesting.
shattering it into pieces. A thick layer of smoke darkened the planet. Fallout and floodings. No sunlight. Mankind was doomed. But
Until...
anti-gravity changed everything. That technology laid the foundation for the future of mankind.
Anti-gravity. Now
The
that's the
construction
premise.
of the anti-gravity device was an epical undertaking. Scientists, mechanics, and engineers from around the globe worked together. Anxiously, everyone was awaiting the startup of the device, the beginning of operation. But there was a malfunction.
Oh
A
no.
gigantic heat wave was set off from the core during the ignition, destroying vast areas of the flying city. The device finally stabilized at a low level, and the ascension succeeded.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, couple of questions. Why did we need to fly? If the moon exploded, wouldn't we just be screwed anyway? Not really sure why we needed anti-gravity there. But there we are, I guess. I'm not exactly sure about that one. Second of all, the anti-gravity construction process yielded a heat wave. I think that I understood that correctly. That's a thing. I don't really understand why that would happen. So now we have flying cities. That's good, at least. That's good. At least that's scientific progress to some degree. I don't know why it takes as long as it does to load this game up. However, part of the reason is perhaps due to the fact that it is a very, very pretty game. It is a very, very pretty game. Okay, we've got Lynn down here, First Officer Lynn, who's given us some intel. Okay, wonderful. So I'm presuming that this is happening and taking place directly after we take off. Good thing you're here, Captain. A heat wave like this came unexpectedly. It was pretty awful for us, to be honest. The device seems to be working, though. We're above the dark clouds. If only we could have foreseen instabilities like that. The heat wave during the ascension was devastating. Almost everything of our infrastructure lies in ruins. As we speak, our lives depend on a single power plant's output. It's a wonder we're actually up here, if you ask me. I'm Jacob, by the way. I don't know if anyone told you. Architect Jacob. Cool. Status report shows that most of the colonists were in the emergency zone during ascension. That is fortunate. We'll take care of the injured people first. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Hello. My name is Lynn. I'm the first officer. Are you responsible, or is Jackson, whatever his name is? I can't even remember. Who is responsible for the massive heat wave? Could we not have done some small-scale testing or something before we kick off? No. Anyway, as ever, I've played the tutorial. I know how to play the game. I'm gonna try and teach you. This is part of the Steam Demo Festival, so it is available in demo form right now. Link down in the description. You can so play it if indeed you are interested in doing so. And this is an interesting take on a management type game, because that's all I play around here. But also because, I mean, it's worth mentioning because it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. So we've got our anti-gravity device in the center of town, which really doesn't concern itself with anti-gravity as much as it concerns itself with shielding the population from the very, very inhospitable conditions which either I've created by blasting off and accidentally creating a heat wave, or the moon crashing on Earth and creating all of these clouds that look very, very nice, very, very volumey, I guess. Anyway, this is the area that we've got to play with, which is kind of nice. Most of the area that we're playing with has been absolutely devastated. We have a mission to set up 2 aid centers. I will indeed do that. Let's go to the build menu. It's a pretty traditional city builder in the sense that, you know, you build stuff. We're gonna plonk down, I don't know, we're gonna plonk down something over here. Let's, as much as we can, we'll try and use the infrastructure that is already here. However, in order to use the infrastructure that is already here, we're actually going to have to take it up. So let's demo it. Let's unpause the game, and then let's let the construction drones do their thing. Because of course we have construction drones. You know, another possibility would be that we just have, you know, regular old people doing the building here. But that would just be ridiculous. So don't be silly. Anyway, we need to make sure that every single facility that we build at the moment is within the bubble. We can have a little look at this shield protection overmap or overlay here, should I say, and this will basically tell us if we're in the shield or not. Now, I believe the way that the shield works, in at least as far as my understanding goes, is that if a building is mostly inside the shield, then it has shield protection, and therefore it will not deteriorate if left exposed to the elements. I mean, things look fairly passive outside the bubble at the moment. However, let me categorically assure you that things are not going to be passive if we take down the shield. Things will be terrible. Okay, now the injured people can get treated, but the survivors need shelter. Okay, cool. Let's have a little look at the stats up here. We've got 24 people that are accommodated, 14 are working, 1 is sick. Why the heck did we build 2 healthcare clinics for apparently just 1 freaking person? I don't know. Doesn't make much sense. Anyway, let's remove some of this junk over here, and let's make sure that the clinics are all connected up via a long road. I say long road. It's not a particularly long road, is it? But there we are. What else have we got up at the top here? We've got loyalty. Let's go over all of the junk at the top here. We got loyalty, we got colonist numbers, we've got all of the occupations and health status of the colony. We've got total energy available, we've got shield resistance. We'll talk a little bit about this later. Material, which is our primary currency in the game. We got 5,004. We got a little bit of water over here, and then we got a little bit of food, which is constantly going down because food tendency? Not entirely sure what that means. Anyway, I'm assuming that is because we have colonists, and colonists need to eat, believe it or not. We are required to feed them. Right, housing. Let's have a little look. Accommodates 4 people. How many people do we have that are homeless at the moment? We have 24. 24 divided by 4 is... Great question. It's 8. No, it's not 8. We need less than 8 homes. Okay, we need... It's not easily divisible by... It's not easily divisible. Okay, you know what? I don't have a calculator on hand. Even if I did, frankly, I'm too embarrassed now to do any more mathematics. So, you know, let's just go for... I don't know. Let's go for 6. Let's go for 6. And then I'll let the video game tell me if I've screwed the pooch on the maths here. We'll do something like that. As you can see, there are outputs to the... to the core, which apparently everything needs to be connected to, and everything of course needs to be connected via its own special little road, which is very, very easy indeed. I mean, look, nothing revolutionary has been said here. This is a city builder, it's a survival game, it's a management game, you know, they've all got sort of similar mechanics. We're just constructing at our own pace all of the housing facilities that we are going to need in order to house our peeps. And we should also probably, whilst we are waiting, we should do a little bit of housekeeping. So we're going to queue up the deconstruction of pretty much everything within the bubble here, because we're going to need the space. We cannot build on all of this old junk. We can deconstruct stuff out with the bubble, but at the moment there is not much point in doing that, because let's be real, we don't have enough space in the bubble, and frankly, I only care about space in the bubble because that's what we're gonna have to be aware of. Have I done the maths right? I don't know. Let's stick it into 2 times speed. Let's stick it into 2 times speed. Hopefully we don't run out of food before our houses are actually built. Wait, what? We have enough residential, but not everyone's accommodated. Okay, alright. Now reestablish food production. The food supply needs to be secured. Set up a food farm. It would be my pleasure. It would be my pleasure. You need a radar station in order to access the navigation interface. Zed? Excuse me, what sort of a name is Zed? That is highly questionable name. Are we sure that he's not behind the, you know, behind the heat wave? You can never be sure. You can never be sure when you've got somebody with the name of Zed on your vessel. Have I done the maths incredibly correctly here? I might have accidentally done the maths correctly. We've got 40 people that are accommodated. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, yeah, let's... I think I've queued up. I think I've queued this up for removal. Pretty certain that I have. Pretty certain that just having one construction drone is our primary problem at this moment in time. It's 6, by the way. 24 divided by 4 is 6. It's not 8. Goodness gracious me. Okay, let's get that rebuilt. Apparently, I don't need the construction drones to do the rebuilding of the road, so that's just fine. Either way, subconsciously, my brain managed to math out exactly how many houses I needed, and now we've got the exact right number of houses, which is excellent. Okay, we need to wait for the construction drone to do all of the disassembly that I've queued up, which is not necessarily the end of the world, because, you know, we can get a little bit of extra material out of these houses, or these structures, which we are deconstructing. The farm should give us... Oh boy, that's gonna be tight, actually. Holy cow. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to get another food farm, to be honest. Another plantation. Yeah, let's get that going immediately. We don't actually technically need it. The amount of available energy is not sufficient for the upcoming tasks. Increase energy production. Excellent. Okay. I think that we're okay for food at this moment in time. So that's good enough. All right, we are in the middle of a particle storm, which is fine. Our shield has a resistance of 1. If we click on here, we can actually see shield has a resistance of 1. If a particle storm with a resistance of 1 comes up against us, then we will be absolutely fine. I am completely out of food. I am completely out of food. Where did my food go? Right, I don't like this. I need to nab another food source. I know that we may technically not need it, but look, we've got the material and we're just fine. It is worth noting, by the way, that the plantations do consume, yeah, they do consume water, and they output vegetables, which is excellent, which is great, but we don't have a way to get water at the moment. We're just burning through our stockpile. So I think what we're going to go and do is we're going to go nab a water collector as well, and I think if I build this here, it should still count as... within the boundary. Okay, what did Lynn ask for now? A power plant, I believe, wasn't it? Okay, let's satisfy that demand. We got a power plant here, actually, as we can see. What is it? Energy. Of course, power plant's gonna be an energy potato. You dingus. Where else would it be? This is, you know, living a little bit dangerously, but I do think that this will probably still count as within the bubble. We're gonna need to perhaps do a little bit of path maneuvering here. Also, we're gonna need to link up that path over there. Is that gonna give us enough water to sustain a couple of food farms here? Might need to double check on this. It looks like there's a little green icon to suggest that perhaps we're bringing in more food than we're spending, which is great, but there is no such indication with water. So we're gonna have to just keep a really close eye on the water situation there. Okay, not plantation. The road is built here. Energy is indispensable for the success of the project. Increase the priority level of an energy production site. Happy to do it. Happy to do it. Let's increase this. I don't know, up to whatever. Sure. There we go. Building a radar station, the navigation interface is unlocked. It is enabled. Cool. Perform a surround scan. I would be delighted to perform a surround scan. Is this all protected? Yes, everything is protected. Looks like, by the way, that we're not bringing in quite enough water to sustain both food zones, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. Okay, so far so good. Radar is in technology, and building the radar, which is absolutely massive, and we're gonna have to build it, like, here, I think? Yeah, I think that should still be within the bubble, although when we're dealing with larger structures, I'm not really sure. This is the realm of the unknown. Anyway, traveling to other sectors is a pretty important part of this game, as you will find out. We're in Sector 001, as you can see by the faint gray text in the corner. We've got plenty of excess energy. That's all good. Some buildings do not have enough workforce. Prioritize them higher or deactivate other buildings. Yeah, we do actually need to worry about that. Sick, very sick. We got 5 peeps that are sick? Really? That's awfully strange. I suspect, yeah, so the water collector doesn't actually have workforce at the moment, which is fine. Current workers 12, minimum workers 8, priority 7. It's a pretty high priority building. I wonder how we get more colonists. That's gonna be a problem. Right, let's get... oh yeah, we need to do a little bit more removal. A little bit more removal on the backside. No problem whatsoever. Okay, current workers 8, minimum workers 4. Can we take this down in priority a little bit? If we take that down, then presumably that means that we're going to see a couple of people move across to the water collector. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that's actually worked. We have decreased our food income, but at the end of the day, I don't necessarily think that that's a problem, given that we are food positive anyway, as it stands. Let's get the radar down. Let's hope that that counts as a within bubble area, which is good. We don't have enough workers here. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. We're still food positive, and if we need to jiggle people between, that's not something that I really want to ever say again. But yes, if we want to jiggle people between the plantation and the water collector small, then I will happily do such a thing. Okay, radar is about 36% of the way built, as we can see up here. This is also the life bar, but also the percentage built. Why is everyone sick? Why is everyone sick? Total space, used space is 2. This is fine. I mean, I know that we've got a lot of people that are sick, but I mean, it's not a problem, is it? We're treating people. Many injured people. I'm well aware. Let's bump this up in terms of priorities as well. This is going to turn into a bit of a disaster, I suspect. A bit of a disaster very, very rapidly. Alright, so we were asked to perform a surround scan. Let's have a little look at the sector overlay. So this is basically a map of the entire planet, which apparently looks good, given that the moon has crashed into the Earth. I don't know. I feel like the lore needs a little bit of work here. Anyway, we have flight energy for one flight, which is fine at this moment in time. We're performing a surround scan. There's a couple of anomalies that we can detect in sectors around here. Human activity detected. Ooh, interesting. Okay, sector 002, sector scanned, meteorite shower, strength 4-4. Okay, so that's terrifying. Some resources detected over in the sector here. Danger, meteor shower. I mean, can we travel to the sector that humans have been detected in? I don't think there's anything in this sector either, by the way, but that's fine. Can we travel over here? Okay, all right, we got to take off. Let's see what the heck happens. Flight sequence initiated. I already thought that we were flying, but here we are. Here we are, doing even more flying. Alrighty, now we're traveling across. We got 2 minutes, 46 seconds of flight time, which of course is going to be nowhere near that length of time, given that we can just advance time. Cool. All right. Also, we've somehow gained a couple of colonists, which is wonderful, wonderful news. Very, very happy with that. And we've also reduced the number of people that we have sick, which makes me very, very happy. Let's take a little moment to check out our building health, which doesn't seem to want to stay up for longer than a millisecond whilst I'm in fast forward mode. Nope. Okay. There we go. We're still seeing many injured people, which not exactly over the moon about, to be honest, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. There is a portal spawning in front of us, and it's also very loud, which is a little bit of a pain in the backside. Well, congrats on the portal. Is that perhaps caused by the heat wave, or is that caused by the moon? Who the heck actually knows? Who the heckity heck actually knows? Alright, is nobody freaking out about this portal? Apparently not. There is nothing to worry about, which is good. Are we just gonna travel through it, or are we just gonna chill out? Is the portal gonna just chill relative to us? All right. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. I mean, I guess I could maybe go somewhere else. We could just chill, like, here, maybe? Set route? There we go. Set the route, so we're going to go back through our original route. Why don't we do a surround scan right now so we can see what's up? I mean, I have no idea how we harness this this anomaly right here. Do the surround scan. See if there's any juicy stuff around here. We don't want to go to any of these dangerous squares here. Sector scanned. Human activity detected. Oh, maybe we actually got the colonists by coming into this sector? Yeah, so that might straight up be it. Okay, hold up. Hold up. There we go. Set routes. Set route? Can we take off? No, no, no. Come on. Okay. You just don't want to... You don't want to do it, video game, do you? Alright, well... There we go. We can do another surround scan. We can set our route for anywhere, apparently, but we can't seem to take off. I wonder, is it partly due to the fact that we don't have enough power? I have absolutely no idea. The good news is, though, we got more people. I don't know how the heck it happened, but it did indeed happen. Why don't we see if we can try and crack down a couple of extra buildings, eh? That seems like a pretty prudent idea. We might come across our means of salvation if we just build a little bit more. Let's build another hub, a build hub. That seems like an idea. Technology center, yes, absolutely want to see if we can try and do some research as well. What else do we want to get down? People, small park. No, there's a lot of buildings that aren't really available at this moment in time, or at least aren't available initially. We should maybe check out the research menu, which we should probably do in just a second. Okay, set route. Oh, hold on. Is it because... Yeah, it's because I only have one flight energy that I can actually get to here. Here we go. Set routes. But then I can't take off. The demo version is restricted to only one flight into another sector. Alright, well that'll be it. When it said one flight in the... in the menu... it was basically implying to me that you could fly for as long as you possibly can, but you can only fly once, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Which kind of sucks. All right. Well, I don't think that there's really that much more that we can go across. I mean, we got a couple of extra people, but I'm not really convinced that it's gonna make too much of a difference. The fact that the portal's there is nice, is great. There's not really that much that we can do about it at this time. We can increase our shield radius a little bit, which is kind of exciting, and definitely something... Oh my goodness, look at the size of that thing. Definitely something that we probably want to do, but again, like, there's just not much point. There's just not much point, given the fact that we've explored most of the elements of the game already. Is that seriously it for the demo? I mean, I kind of expected a little bit more, but I mean, I think that might be it. We can have a little look at the research tech tree. So this is the kind of the research tech tree, I guess. If we have a little look at the research tech tree, what we do is we combine elements, which is actually kind of a bit of a unique take. We're in security at the moment. However, there's engineering, environment, and climate. Interdisciplinary technologies, which is improved medicine, which, what the heck is that? I have no idea what that means. But that's a thing as well, and apparently we don't need anything for this. Apart from time, which is cool. Complex energy array. Enhanced energy flow increases any power plant's output by 5%. Okay, I mean, look, don't get me wrong, that's absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely indeed, but no more intel with regards to how it all functions together. I will say that we need, what is this, silicon in order to complete air ionization, but at the moment we don't have silicon, and there is a way that you can do, trading of elements, but I don't believe that that's available in the demo, which is very, very unhelpful as a comment, but But there we are. Yeah, we just don't have enough people. We don't have enough people. I'm going to stick it in 5 times speed. Maybe we're going to be able to breed a few new colonists. 53. It's happening occasionally, which is kind of nice. I like it a lot. There's some good vibes going on right now. But there just ain't much else to do. And the fact that we can't fly is just ridiculous. Also, power is in a bad place. Let's shrink the shield radius down a little bit, given that there is absolutely no reason for it to be as large as it is. I mean, we can scan to our heart's content, eh? We can scan to our heart's content, but we just can't move. We just can't move anywhere. We just cannot move anywhere. Wow, that is a pretty big old disaster, to be honest. A pretty big old disaster. Yeah, okay. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back in time a little bit, and we're gonna go to this green square over here. See if it's a little bit more interesting. So stand your ground, hold your horses. Back in a second. Alrighty, we're back. We're back in time with fundamentally the same city, basically. A couple of things maybe have changed. Build residential units for the colonists. Yeah, we kind of did that. There we go. Everyone can get treated. There we go. Brilliant. Yes, fantastic. Okay, anyway, the point is that we got plenty of food, we got plenty of water. I've not built a water collector in this version. I literally had to start the game over again, by the way. We're currently treating some of our colonists. Everyone's fine. Everyone's loyal. We got nothing to worry about. Let's jump into the lion's den, shall we? Let's do the surround scan, which is going to yield exactly the same information as it used to. I'm curious to see exactly what the heck happens if we go to a danger zone here. I'm excited. Meteoroid shower, strength 0-0. It's gonna be stronger if we go to any of these other sectors, but given that we can only go to one sector, I feel like that's fine. All right, we'll do our takeoff. We'll head across. Flight sequence is initiated. I'm not entirely anticipating a whole bunch of extra content from just this one sector. At least we saw a portal. That's kind of cool, right? We just get our anti-grav machine on the go. Also, if I'm just, you know, waiting around here, there is no reason why we shouldn't be removing a couple of these extra buildings. Maybe nab ourselves a couple of extra materials whilst the going is good, if you know what I mean. There we go. And then we can stick it in 5 times speed as we wait for everything to be deconstructed. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left of flight, so, you know, nothing crazy here. Everyone has a house, don't they? Yes, everyone has a house. I don't know why there's a complaint there, but that's okay. Alrighty, what are we seeing here? Particle storm is coming in. It's a strength level 1. Well, if it's a strength level 1 particle storm, then we're not really going to have any issues. That's completely fine. Alrighty. We've arrived at our destination. Indeed we have, Lynn. This is our destination. This is where we are due to rest. I don't think that there is anything crazy here. Low food amounts. Food amounts fine. Many injured people. Well, the number of people that are injured is also fine. I guess that's kind of it. I mean, there's more stuff that really can be done here. I mean, yeah, sure, we could go into our research. We could this is what I was chatting about before. You know, the elements to exchange. So clearly we're going to be able to acquire, you know, the 5 special things that the elements that we need in order to conduct our research on any given technology, which is kind of cool. I like that a lot. We got a little overview of our city here: accommodated, working, sick, hungry, building count, average building health, very, very high, food levels, and the like. Flight energy, we're at full flight energy, but unfortunately we're just not allowed to go anywhere. That's the awful thing. What tantalizing bait. I mean, I was so curious to see what the heck would happen, but alas, here we are, and nothing seemingly has happened, which is a great shame. Not enough residential units were built. Okay, excellent. Set up a food farm. Minimum production, increase takeout energy. Yep, we did it. Increase the priority level of the energy power plant. Fine, there we go. Building a radar station. Excellent. Perform a surround scan. We already did that. I'm pretty sure there is not much that is really required of us. I do indeed believe. I will say, though, it looks like... I would love to increase my shield resistance a little bit. It looks like this area is very, very bad for my building health. I don't know what I'm doing in this specific area to deserve the awful, awful smog that we seemingly have got. It did say that it was meteor showery, but I mean, there's no intel about it specifically, and we're gonna have to endure this awful degradation of all of our residential buildings. I don't even think that we have any way to counter that. So what do we got at the moment that we can build? A construction drone hub. I mean, we can build a construction drone hub, which I will do, but I will say I'm pretty sure it doesn't automatically repair. I don't believe that there is anything that automatically repairs. Can we build another radar station? If I rebuild my radar station, will it allow me to move? Maybe that's a way that we can get around this. That would be kind of exciting. All right. How are we? Oh, yeah, we're totally out of food, by the way. The reason that we're totally out of food is we ain't got no water supply. That's the entirety of the problem right there. I'll tell you that much. Alrighty, build another radar plant. Let's pop that back into 5 times. A couple of people may get hungry, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. I refuse to believe that this is not connected to a pathway. The pathway is... it's over here. Of course it is. It was hidden by the greenhouse when I looked last. Okay, that's okay. Right, we'll build the radar. We'll see if we're allowed to move anywhere. We got a particle storm that's incoming. It's a strength of 1. Not like we can increase the shield resistance anyway, but it's fine. That's all good. Our shield's actually looking pretty great. Buildings don't seem to have degraded much since the last time that I looked at them. Perhaps there was, I don't know, just a freak meteor shower or something that occurred whilst I wasn't watching. Sounds weird, but might be true. What do we got here? Harvest drone hub turns raw resources into materials. 2 harvest drones can be deployed. Okay, we'll give that a crack, shall we? I've not built that yet, I don't think, so that's gonna be pretty exciting. Dare I suggest that I have the ability to move? I strongly don't think that I do. You need a radar station. I categorically have a radar station. Video game. All right. Okay. Straight up, we're just not being allowed to. We're not being allowed to access the map interface now. That's cool. That's cool. I don't mind that. I'm not bitter about it or anything. Yeah. Give me the. What did I say? Material harvest drone hub. Yeah. Let's build that instead of the construction drone. We know what the construction drone hub does. It just gives us extra construction drones to, you know, manually do repairs. We can repair anything if we just hover above it and do something like this. There we go. Also, if I bump this up in priority, maybe that'll allow us to. Nope, that won't allow us to open the interface, will it? It will not. Okay, well, at least people ain't starving. That's kind of exciting. This particle storm coming in with a strength 1, nothing to worry about. Totally fine. Yeah, let's see what this harvest drone actually does. Harvester. Right. Are you able to go and harvest some resources? Are the drones gonna head out and do anything? Energy consumption. It's prioritized accordingly. Doesn't look like the harvester drones are doing anything. If they are, I certainly can't see what the heck they're doing. Man, this is one of those examples of games that I really think if the demo had been a little bit more comprehensive, I would be shilling pretty darned hard for this game right now. But this demo is, I mean, it's slim. It is really slim, and it's making me think that perhaps the full game will not be all that much more than this, if this is all that the developers are wanting to show off. Sure, you know, there is promise here. I like this. I like this a lot. I like the concept of being on a floating island, traveling through. I was gonna say space, but it's not really space. Traveling through Earth. I just don't understand. I don't understand the mechanics of this. I don't understand how this bit of rock can float and yet we can just cling to the surface and build buildings as normal. Very, very strange concept indeed. But I like it. But yeah, demo leaves a little to be desired. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, folks. We're probably going to check out this game when it comes out on full release. Although, as I say, can't promise that there's going to be altogether too much more in the full game than there is right now. But yeah, certainly an interesting concept, and I'd very, very, very much be keen to see exactly how it develops, and hopefully we will see it develop over the next wee while. But for now, from me, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents. My name, of course, has been OpenPotato. Thanks as ever to the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/OpenPotato. Thanks to Banana, Nana, C-Senpai, and Aurelia for being the $325 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.